Welcome, welcome, welcome. How do I start this POTA stuff? What do I do? Why is this? For you old timers, this video isn't for you, but maybe you'll share it to somebody that you talk to about POTA and they really want to know. There's a lot of crazy questions which come up on Facebook, and that's a good old funny book place. But one of the things I want to share with you is this. As a hunter, that's the party that is at the house, or if you're on vacation at a campsite and you have your radio on and you hear somebody and you make a contact with them. That's a contact for the activator, you being the hunter. That's a party at home. Now, let's say you're at home and you're making a contact with all these different people. What do I do for a log? Here you go. You're logging for yourself on your own QRZ, LOTW, EQSL, whatever software program you use. I use N3FJP. But you're not logging to POTA as a hunter, okay? You're not logging to POTA as a hunter. The activator, that's the party you made the contact with, uploads their logs to POTA, Parks on the Air. And when they have uploaded their logs, you will, as a hunter, if you're using the POTA page, go to My Hunter's Log. It'll be on the left-hand side. Scroll down, you'll see My Hunter's Log. You click on it, it'll show you everybody that you have made a contact with in date order. Now, you're an activator. Let's answer some of those crazy questions again. And they're not crazy because you don't know, but let's see if we can put some common sense along with them. If you're in a park and there's a contest going on and you're sitting there saying, well, how do I give them my park? Don't worry about your park number. Remember, they're in a contest. All they want is a signal report and your state or your name or your power level. That's all they want. You'll never contact them again until the next contest. So do what they give them the answer they want to hear. Log it in your book. Log it on your paper. Log it in your program, whatever. That is a contact. Understand, as an activator, you're looking for contacts. Understand, as a hunter, you're working for contacts. As a hunter, your confirmation comes from that activator you worked. That activator, if somebody drives up in the park and you're both on 2 meters and you make a contact simplex, that's a contact. If you make contact on a repeater on 2 meters, that's not a contact. It's got to be simplex. Same thing with 440 simplex. If that other party is in that same park as you and is a ham, no, you don't hand your equipment over to them to make the contact. No, they must have their own device, and they transmit on that frequency, and you're on that same frequency, and you make a contact. That's a contact. If you got 25 licensed hams and they all contact you with the same radio, they change and give the radio to the other party, but they're all talking with you on your radio, that's a contact. See, we're not a contest program. We're on contacts, and we really try to make them much more friendlier. But one of the things, as a brand new person, you do not worry about a contest. Just go work them, period. If you're sitting in the campground and you got your antenna up and you're just rag chewing with people, but you're going to be there 4 or 5 days, you may never have to bring up the park. They don't really care unless you spot yourself Or unless you mention you're in a park, somebody might want your park number. But if you're not actually activating, you're just sitting there chewing the fat, that's great. Log them. You get 10 contacts in that park, it becomes an activation. So, how do I do it? You do it one contact at a time in a legitimate POTA park that you're in when you're activating. You can't go to a city park or a county park. That's not going to work because it doesn't have a POTA park number assigned to it. But while you're there, whether it's 2 days, 5 days, just do one log as long as you're staying in that one park and you're not driving off to another park. Just keep one log. Upload that one log, even though it's got 4 or 5 days. Your UTC time will, after the upload, adjust it to the proper day end. But remember, 10 contacts per UTC time date in that park. If you're there at the 8 contacts and it rolls over to the new day and you got 14 more, you got 2 days. One is an activation that is not complete and the other one is completed. So that UTC date will get you. But if you're in a park, just go work anybody. Log them. Most of people don't care unless it's people like me that's an activator and a hunter, and I see you spotted, or I spin the dial and stumble upon you. And yes, there's many folks that never spot on the spotting page because they don't want to deal with a massive pileup, so they do it their way, and that's awesome. You can do it your way too. But realize that when you get spotted on the spotting page, everybody's going to know you that hunts activators. And now activators, if you go out to a park and us hunters work you, we would appreciate if you would actually upload your logs when you complete. That doesn't mean right then and there. If it takes 2 or 3 days, if you're traveling, we understand. But do respect the hunters that hunt you by uploading that log so they get credit for that, because a lot of hunters are chasing for all the parks in a state, or they're working for that particular park as a repeat offender as a hunter, or they're working for that park as a eagle where they work 100 times that park. There's a lot of different variables. But you're brand new. What do? Go out and have fun in a legitimate POTA park. And if you're camping, you don't have to spot. Just make contacts. Know where you're at, know your park number. And if it's DX time, I'll repeat, if it's DX contest time, work them. Log them. It's a contact, period. Don't worry about what if they want my part, they don't give me time for my, don't worry, because remember, contesters don't have time to be concerned about a park number. Okay? They just want to contact too. But with Parks on the Air, we do it a little bit different. I want you to go out and experiment with just hunting. And go to the spotting page. If you hunted an activator, go to the spotting page there and respot them so that they stay busy again. There's sometimes you get out there and you call 10, 15 minutes and not a soul. Whether it's CW, whether it's phone, whether it's FT8, the activators are so very dependent upon you hunters. And you hunters, we need the activators that we can go chase. So it's we both need each other. But you're being brand new. Chase your dreams, start a journey. Realize that this is not everyday ham radio. We're not going to talk about Geritol. And you're going to get offended by some sad hams and lids that they're going to throw music or they're going to be cussing and abrasive. They're going to have a net that they've had for 35 years, and most of them have already died before that net got started, but they're still there complaining that it's their frequency. It's not. It's a shared frequency that if the frequency is not in use, okay, but you have some old timers and you have some new people who think the edge of the band is where it says the edge. No, it's 3 kc plus or minus. That's a simple rule of thumb. That was in the test, guys and gals. 7.178 is good. 7.177 is not good because you're taking the generals out of their license class. But so many people say, well, it says I can go to 175. But it also tells you in your testing 3 kc plus or minus. Let's use some common sense. And that goes on all the bands. Know what your limits are. Don't be the reason somebody accidentally gets a nasty gram from somebody who's a ham radio cop. But using common sense on it helps too. When you get out there to go play and enjoy it. Listen to other activators activate. Listen to their styles. Listen to their pileups. See how they do it. And if you want to activate on the spotting page, do these things. QRP. Go QRP. 5 watts is CW QRP. But you can run 5 watts on phone too. You can run 1 watt. Ask Kevin, KO4 KLB. I mean, K0 KLB, Kevin. He does it all the time. He has a net for QRP people. So if you want to activate a park, be aware of it. It's going to be difficult, but you can do it. But you got to want to do it. Welcome, I sincerely mean this, welcome to Parks on the Air, because it is one of the most unique ways of enjoying ham radio, meeting new people around the world, not just across the street or your neighbor. Okay, and you're not talking on 2 meters, not knocking 2 meters. You're not talking to everybody 2 meter locally. There's a lot of clubs that are growing because there's more involvement in sharing time together instead of having a 2 meter meetup. So, what do I do? How do I make contact? What do I do with my logs? Those are all everyday questions. I hope that this video will help somebody. If I help one person, Lord, I've done what I feel I put the video out for. To help one another. So people don't feel that they can't post something on Facebook and get slammed by some idiot that likes to go behind their keyboard and fuss somebody out for asking a simple question. Ham radio is not a paid-for service. It's a hobby. Let's keep it that way. Let's enjoy it. If this has benefited you, then I win. If this has insulted you, I apologize. But so many people are asking, what do I do now? Frequently asked questions. This is my last complaint, and I'll get on out of here. If you joined Parks on the Air and you signed, registered, and so forth, did you take time? Don't answer the question to me. Did you take time to read the FAQ, the frequently asked questions? If you haven't, it'd be a great time to just browse through it. You don't have to absorb it. Just go through it to get some general ideas. But the biggest thing is, when you're listening on the air, each one of us have an opportunity as a ham operator to leave an impression on the next person that's listening to us talk. So what kind of impression are you leaving? Think about that. May God bless you. I hope that you benefit. I really do. My days are getting short. And when I leave here, I'll leave you with what I learned. Other than that, I'll be gone with the Lord. 73's November. Charlie 4 X-Ray Lima, NC 4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers, a tired old man, but the darling old man. Oh, don't forget my club call while I'm still here. November Charlie 4, Papa Oscar, 73's.